Okay, so what's up with the Oscars? I feel like every year we get the same narrative, the same sob story. One, you either don't have enough women being represented, or two, you don't have enough black people being represented. It's the same thing. Okay, so I'm tuning into the Oscars on Sunday night, and guess what I see? A bunch of women and a bunch of black people. This is what I see at the Oscars, right? Okay? I don't know what's going on. Like, why is that always the thing? Like, why is that always like the grab for the Oscars? Like, that's what's being talked about. You had black nominees and black winners. Okay, you had both of those. You had, excuse me. You also had black presenters. Okay, you had Steve Martin and Chris Rock up there on stage together. Okay, so like, I saw enough black. I also saw enough women. Laura Dern won an Oscar for Marriage Story. Okay, all right. You also had a little animated film called Hair Love, and this was done by Matthew A. Cherry and Karen Rupert. What's her last name? Gosh, I can't think of her last name, but Karen. Okay. They won for that movie, Hair Love, and I love the speech that Matthew gave, and Matthew actually dedicated the award to Kobe Bryant. You know, Matthew A. Cherry, he's a former NFL player. If you guys didn't know that, yeah. Matthew A. Cherry used to play in the NFL, all right? But now he's gone on to animated films, and their whole thing is just wanting more representation in animated films. Because you guys know, hey, we grew up on, what, Toy Story, The Land Before Time. We grew up on things like, Madeline, and stuff like that, and so to have that film being represented and acknowledged and appreciated by the highest accolade in film, which would be the Oscar, I think it's phenomenal. It's something to be proud of. And so kudos to the two of them, all right? Karen Rupert Tolliver, that's her name. So it was Matthew A. Cherry and Karen Rupert Tolliver. They won for the movie Hair Love, all right? If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's a great little film. I love it. I actually enjoyed it. I think it's something for the culture, for the community, so you check that out, all right? Moving on, Brad Pitt, I think, stole the night because we know Brad Pitt, right? We know Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt has been in the game for a long time. But can you believe that this time around, Oscars 2020 was Brad Pitt's first Oscar win as an actor? Yep. Brad Pitt has been doing movies for umpteen years, but this was his first win as an actor. Now, he's won an Oscar before, He actually won an Oscar not as an actor, but as a director. This is for a film he directed. I can't recall exactly which film it was, but Brad Pitt won an Oscar already, okay? And so to see him being appreciated as an actor, which is how we first met Brad Pitt. We first met Brad Pitt as an actor, okay? And so to see him win the top award as an actor, it's quite phenomenal. It's quite phenomenal. It's something to be appreciated. Bravo, Brad Pitt. Bravo, Brad. You deserve it. Brad Pitt deserved it, okay? And Brad gave a great speech. It was short and sweet. He thanked all who were necessary to be thanked. Quentin Tarantino being one of them. Brad won the award for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. You guys know Quentin Tarantino. I mean, he's a bigwig in the movie industry. This is Jackie Brown. This is Pulp Fiction. This is From Dusk Till Dawn. This is Kill Bill. This is Django Unchained. This is Quentin Tarantino. All right. So he thanked Quentin Tarantino. He also went on to thank some of his other colleagues. But I think one of the most memorable moments is when he thanked Leonardo DiCaprio, which was his co-star in the film. He thanked Leonardo DiCaprio. And one thing he said, Leo, I would ride your coattail on any day. The view is beautiful. And so, it's like that bro love, that bromance kind of thing going on between Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, which, if you've never heard this before, you've heard it here first. I think that Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, they actually, when you look at them closely, they look like they could be either fraternal twins, if not just brothers. You know what I mean? They look alike to me, and so it's great to see the chemistry between the two. That fun banter that they throw back and forth between one another, I can appreciate it. Okay, and so again, congratulations to Brad Pitt for his win for the film for the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All right, there was all of this talk about low representation. Not only was there talk about it, they even touched on it in their monologues, so when Steve Martin and Chris Rock were up there on stage and they were basically just reading from the teleprompter, some of their jokes included little punchlines attributed to the lack of black representation or the lack of female representation. They made several references to the vagina, and the lack thereof at the Oscars that year. They brought attention and awareness to Cynthia Erivo, I guess being the only black female actor being represented or acknowledged at the Oscars. Now, she was dressed beautifully. I loved her dress, Cynthia Erivo. Okay, you guys know she was nominated for an Oscar for that film, Harriet. She played Harriet Tubman, and so I don't know if you saw that movie. I did not see it, and I have my own reasons for not seeing it. We're going to talk about that later, okay? She looked beautiful, but I'm going to tell you guys who stole the night. I'm going to tell you guys who stole the night at the Oscars for their attire. Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe takes the cake. Janelle Monáe was the epitome of what Oscar gold looks like in living color, okay? Janelle Monáe wore a beautiful piece designed by the one and only Ralph Lauren. Yep. And when you see it, you don't even imagine something like that coming from a Ralph Lauren. Yes, indeed. You guys go and Google Janelle Monáe Oscars 2020 and look at that gown she wore. I mean, it was a masterpiece. A masterpiece. Like, the belle of the ball. This is Janelle Monáe. Like, she was the award. Janelle Monáe was a walking award, okay, on Sunday night. And I give her props. Like, she was the best dressed. I love Scarlett Johansson's dress. I loved, like I said, I liked what Cynthia Erivo wore. I liked it. What's the lady's name? The Indian lady. What's her name? Mindy Kaling. Mindy Kaling was dressed beautifully. Margot Robbie, I loved her outfit. But I'm telling you, if you wanted to see a masterpiece, if you wanted to see something groundbreaking, innovative, jaw-dropping, Janelle Monáe did that. All courtesy of Ralph Lauren. Bravo, Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Okay? Moving on, I wanted to touch on Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet is a big deal in the movie industry right now. You guys know that. You know the name, okay? Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet showed up not dressed in a suit. He was dressed in, I don't know what that was, like a tracksuit mixed with a tuxedo. So it was like this hybrid. But I'm going to tell you something. He proved that Timothée Chalamet can pull off anything. He nailed it. Best dressed of the night in the male category goes to Timothée Chalamet. I don't care if he doesn't win any of the awards. Timothée Chalamet takes the cake as the best dressed male performer at the Oscars 2020. Yep, Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet. He killed it. Like, I want to know who designed that. I want to know where I can get it in a size small, okay? In a size small. I mean, if he rocked it, I can rock it too, right? Okay. But moving on, let's talk about what's going on with the Gayle King and Kobe Bryant scandal. You guys know Gayle King interviewed Lisa Leslie. And her interview was primarily focused on Kobe Bryant and the passing of Kobe Bryant. Lisa Leslie and Kobe Bryant had a tight-knit friendship, okay? And Lisa speaks about this in the interview. But it's obvious that what she did not want to speak about was this scandal that they're trying to use to, kind of blanket Kobe Bryant's legacy. Okay? Kobe Bryant was a phenomenon. Okay, he will always be remembered as an NBA phenomenon. He is a legend. Despite what you say, despite what you dig up, we won't care. We didn't care then, and we don't care now. We don't care. We don't care. Okay? So, I think Gayle King and her people, she's been blaming CBS for what she said, but no, Gayle, you know what you said. You said it. I don't care what part of the interview it was said in. I don't care how it was edited. I don't care. You said that. Like, you said it. I don't need to watch the full interview. You said that. And you've been in that game long enough to know that you have to watch your words. Because the editing room is going to be able to chop this up and produce it and push it out there in whatever shape, form, or fashion they choose desirable. Okay? You knew that. So I don't want to hear any excuses. Oprah can show up as many times as she wants. I love Oprah Winfrey, but Oprah, this is not for you. All right? Your appearance defending Gayle King means nothing to us. We don't care. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and supporting your friend, because that's what friends are for. That's what friends do. But Gayle made her bed, let her lie in it. She'll be okay. She will be okay. But she's got to take this dragging. She's got to take this dragging this time. She's got to learn her lesson. And then she'll move on and be a better person, okay? She'll move on and be a better person. But right now, she's got to take this dragging. She's got to take it, okay? Gayle King, in that interview, to me, it almost felt like she was convicting this man after he had already had his day in court. Kobe was never convicted for that stuff. He was never convicted for it. It's like, it's supposed to be like in the court of law, you are innocent until proven guilty. They never proved that that man was guilty. And despite all of that, this stuff happened how long ago? This stuff happened when? This stuff happened, decades ago. A long time ago. This man was 40-some years old and just died in a helicopter crash with his 13-year-old daughter. Allow that man to rest in peace. Allow that man to rest in peace. What are you doing, Gayle? And this is not about her being a black woman. I don't care if she was a white woman. She'd still be getting the same type of heat because it's disrespectful. This ain't about Harvey Weinstein.